The iPad and iPad mini are two of the best multimedia devices on the market. I'm Taylor Martin, this is Pocketnow, and these are the top 5 games for your iPad. The iPad is known for its superior multimedia experience. Video content, digital magazines, hundreds of thousands of high-quality apps, and of course, an obscene amount of dangerously addictive games. In recent years, game developers have given iOS a serious look, which has resulted in Apple's popular mobile OS becoming a solid gaming platform for various types of games. So we've created a list of the top 5 iPad games. The first spot on that list belongs to none other than one of the iOS exclusive titles, Infinity Blade. Released just last week was the third and final episode of the trilogy, Infinity Blade 3. If you followed along with the storyline, you will note that this episode picks up where Infinity Blade 2 left off, with Cyrus pressing forward to defeat the Worker of Secrets. If you haven't and you're just starting up with Infinity Blade 3, it's just as easy to pick up, though you may not understand the whole story until after a few attempts. Basically, you're in a post-apocalyptic world battling an army of deathless titans in a journey to destroy the Worker. As you progress, the titans become more difficult, and like other Infinity Blades in the series, the game is utterly repetitive, in a good way. Once you die, you are spawned once again and start from the beginning, Cyrus's hideout. Built on the Unreal Engine, the graphics and gameplay, as expected, are stunning. Controls are built for ease of use on tablets, making Infinity Blade one of the best ever mobile game titles. For $6.99, some might find this game a little steep, but it's well worth the $7 for the epic battles that will ensue. Call of Duty is a game most gamers can immediately associate with. Not everyone likes the Call of Duty titles, as they're more often an arcade-style FPS as opposed to similar games like Battlefield. But for this list, we've included Call of Duty Strike Team. Frankly, we would have included Modern Combat 4 in the place of Call of Duty Strike Team, as the actual gameplay in combat is a little more polished. However, Strike Team has one unique gameplay style that keeps us coming back: a third-person top-down strategy mode, where you control your team from above. While first-person shooters are generally very fun, the on-screen controls aren't always up to snuff, so the ability to enjoy the same type of gameplay with more finger-friendly controls is a nice change. And for any Call of Duty fans out there, there are quite a few similarities between the mobile-optimized game and the console counterparts, such as the sounds. This game is also $6.99 and well worth it if you like third-person strategy-style games. The Asphalt series is one we here at Pocketnow are very familiar with. Asphalt 7 was one of the best racing games for any mobile platform until this year, and when Gameloft announced and teased Asphalt 8, we could hardly wait. To be completely honest, Asphalt 8 wasn't all it was hyped to be, but it doesn't disappoint either. The graphics are great, the controls are nimble and fun, and it's still one of the most engaging and fun mobile racers out there. Best of all, it's only 99 cents, but there are a ton of in-app purchases to speed you along through various seasons more quickly. If you're looking for something a little more realistic and less arcade style, you may want to check out the freemium Real Racing 3. Not every game has to be a 3D action-packed adventure to be fun. Sometimes the most addictive games are very simple yet challenging puzzles. That's exactly what Beat Sneak Bandit is. Duke Clockface has stolen all the clocks, and you, Beat Sneak Bandit, are on a mission to steal them back for the greater good of your people. To get past security and remain undetected, you must sneak to the beat of the music playing in each level. From level 1, the game is fairly challenging, especially if you have trouble keeping time, but the levels progress in difficulty the further you get into the game. It's wildly addictive and moderately challenging. At $2.99, this game is a masterpiece and a must-buy. Finally, Nightmare Tower. This game, like Infinity Blade, thrives on repetition, but in a totally different way. You're a knight, flying through a tower, fighting off monsters, a boss, and dodging hot lava to rescue 10 different princesses. Upgrade your character to better your odds. The controls are very simple: tilt to move and tap to attack. It's like a medieval twist on Galaga, but infinitely more addictive. Nightmare Tower is also $2.99 and well worth the price of a cup of coffee. That's going to wrap this video up. If you enjoyed it, be sure to let us know by clicking the thumbs up button below and subscribing. But before we go, we'd like to leave you with a question. There are many more games out there for the iPad, so if you had to choose one, which would it be? If I had to choose one, it would be Asphalt 8. Be sure to leave your answer to the question in the comment section below, and follow us in all the usual places: Twitter, Google+, and Facebook at Pocketnow. I'm Taylor Martin. You can find me on Twitter at CasperTech, and I will see you next time.